Hi everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to episode 6 of this WWE 2K15 universe mode for the WWF Attitude Era roster. As you can see, our second pay-per-view will be taking place next week, and that will be King of the Ring. We already have two members of the King of the Ring already announced. That is Eddie Guerrero and... who won last week's match? I can't remember now. Edge. It's Edge and Eddie Guerrero. So this week we have our third qualifier match, and that will be between Chris Jericho and R-Truth. So the winner of them two will go on to join Edge and Eddie Guerrero at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. We'll also be seeing Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray taking on Evolution's Batista and Randy Orton with Sheamus at ringside. We have the Undertaker versus Sting, and Undertaker's been firmly in charge of Sting over the past couple of weeks. Sting hoping to try and get one back. We have Mankind versus Triple H as well tonight. And in our main event we will see a return match from last week. We'll see Brock Lesnar take on Kevin Nash. So without further ado, let's get straight into our first match of the evening. So as I mentioned, our first match of the evening is the King of the Ring qualifier. It's Chris Jericho versus R-Truth. So here we go, Jericho with the early offense there with the neck breaker. Both guys locking up. R-Truth coming out on top and hitting a bulldog on Chris Jericho. Now the headlock. Jericho fights his way out and throws R-Truth into the corner. Follows him in with a corner clothesline. Bringing Truth back to his feet and then hitting a drop kick. A jawbreaker by R-Truth there. Jericho makes his way back to his feet. Now hooks around the back and there's the arm drag by Jericho. Oh great, head scissors takedown by R-Truth. Into the leg drop. Remember, the winner of this match will go on to the King of the Ring pay-per-view to join the likes of Edge and Eddie Guerrero. R-Truth slamming Jericho's face down onto the mat. And again just punches to the side of the head, slamming his face into the mat. Brings Jericho back to his feet. Has him in the headlock. An Irish whip him into the corner. Follows it up with the snake eyes. R-Truth taking some control here, and just as I mentioned that, Jericho reversing, getting around the back of Truth, spinning him around into the front chancery. Lifts him up into the vertical suplex, holds him there, lets him think about it, then drops him down hard. Jericho then pulling R-Truth back into the ring. Only a one count. Obviously becoming the King of the Ring is a big thing in the WWF. It opens a lot of doors for you. Jericho now with a Northern Light suplex. Thought he might bridge into the pin, but he decides against it. Up onto the top rope he goes. Hits the elbow drop on R-Truth straight into the pin now. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Truth kicks out. And Truth hits the what's up. Truth hits the what's up. Pulls Jericho into the middle of the ring. Could that be all here? 1, 2, 3 it is. R-Truth defeats Chris Jericho and goes on to the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Completely against the odds. There was a Northern Light suplex. Then to the elbow drop by Chris Jericho. We thought that could be all. Then as soon as they both get back up, Truth just hits the what's up into the pin. And R-Truth is going on to the King of the Ring. Completely against the odds here. Everyone was sure that Chris Jericho was going to progress. I'm absolutely speechless myself, I must admit. But R-Truth is going to the King of the Ring pay-per-view, joining Eddie Guerrero and Edge. Now moving to our second match of the evening, it's Booker T and his brother Stevie Ray taking on Batista and Randy Orton with Sheamus at ringside. So we are underway here. We're going to start off with Booker T and Batista in the ring. In case you were unaware, in my universe mode, Sheamus is part of Evolution. There's a lot of strong rumour going around that he was due to be part of Evolution when the formation first began, as Batista just forearms Stevie Ray off of the apron. Yeah, there was lots of talk that Sheamus was due to be part of the Evolution formation when it first began, but Batista was given his place. However, in this universe mode, they are both in Evolution. Batista just throws Booker T into the corner, then hits that running spear in the corner. Remember, Randy Orton is the current Intercontinental Champion. Now, him and Batista also looking for tag team gold here. Booker T with the knee to the stomach of Batista. Now coming across to bring in Stevie Ray. Batista coming across as well. It looks like he was going to try and bring in Randy Orton, but he just playing possum, waiting for Stevie Ray to come in and hit him with that round the world sidewalk slam. Stevie Ray getting control now, just the kicks and now the knee across the face of Batista. Great SDO by Batista. Randy Orton makes his way into the match for the first time and eats a massive right hand by Stevie Ray, who now takes control, going for that neck breaker, but turns it into a fist to the chest. Stevie Ray now with the flapjack onto the top rope. And there's a spine buster by Stevie Ray as well. Could that be all here? Booker T just taking Batista off of the apron. Stevie Ray spinning Orton round. And Stevie Ray's just pedigreed Randy Orton. Of course, the pedigree is the move used by the leader of Evolution, Triple H, but Sheamus is there on the apron, distracting the referee. Stevie Ray probably could have easily got the 3 count there. Orton with the front chancery. But he's tripped now by Stevie Ray. Sheamus has just saved Evolution there. Stevie Ray again going for the pin. 2. Only a 2 count. Randy Orton was, Batista was in quickly. Now Stevie Ray locking in the full Nelson submission. And again, the referee is just completely distracted by Sheamus. Stevie Ray throwing Orton down, going for the pin again. Sheamus up on the apron. The referee's got to do something here. Harlem Heat could have won this match on several occasions now. Referee has lost all control here. Again, Stevie Ray going for the pin. Referee's back still turned. Sheamus has done nothing but distract this referee the entire match. Harlem Heat could have won this match on several occasions as Randy Orton leaves the ring and brings in Batista. Now Batista and Stevie Ray going at it in the middle of the ring. Batista with a back elbow. Batista probably the fresher man out of the two now. Orton took quite a bit of damage early on. Now Batista has Stevie Ray up and hits him with that power slam. Stevie back to his feet and Batista with a huge spine buster. Batista with a spine buster. Booker T's in though. Can he break the pin? He does. And there's a running DDT by Stevie Ray, who managed to get back to his feet and all the bedlam there. Booker T makes his way into the ring. He's going to pin Batista. Again, Sheamus is up on the apron. The referee's going to have to eject Sheamus from ringside pretty soon, surely. And there's a big spine buster by Booker T. Sheamus has been ejected from ringside, but the referee is still distracted by him. Booker T should have got the pin there again. Batista's back up though. Manages to bring in his partner, Randy Orton. And Orton has to make the hot tag quickly back to Batista which doesn't work. Booker T. Booker T's going to go for the scissor kick. He hits it. Booker T hits a scissor kick. Stevie Ray across, taking Randy Orton off the apron. That's got to be all 1, 2, 3, and it is. Harlem Heat defeat Evolution here. In fairness, they should have beat them on several occasions, but Sheamus' interferences distracted the referee on multiple occasions. That's several victories now Harlem Heat have put together. You've got to think that they must be in the driving seat to get a tag team title shot at the King of the Ring pay-per-view coming up pretty soon. There was the hot tag missed. Then Booker T just turns it straight into the scissor kick. Stevie Ray was straight across the ring, taking Randy Orton off of the apron. Booker T and Stevie Ray, a fantastic victory for them. I think Tag Team Gold is certainly going to be in their futures. Booker T and Stevie Ray now. Obviously know the impact of that victory. I think Evolution were quite high up in the rankings for that title shot. And surely Booker T and Stevie Ray have replaced them there now. So now we move into our third match of the evening, and it is the Undertaker versus Sting. So we are underway, and Sting trying to get an early advantage. Of course, Sting has not had the best time in the WWE so far. He lost his debut match after being attacked during his entrance by Hollywood Hogan. He then went on to get retribution over Hogan at the pay-per-view. However, since then he's been struggling in a feud here against the Undertaker. The Undertaker defeated him quickly and quite easily last week on Friday Night Raw is War, and he'll be hoping to do the same again. But Sting this time trying to get an early advantage with a sidewalk slam. There's a jumping leg drop on the Undertaker. Sting and bringing Taker back to his feet. Sting with a back elbow, and Taker just throwing Sting over the top and then spearing him. His head bounces off that announce table. Sting just with the stomps to the Undertaker. Now throwing him back into the ring. Sting following back in. Taker's back up though, and hits that running lariat. And again over the top of his shoulders by Taker. We still don't have a number one contender sorted out for the King of the Ring pay-per-view for the WWF Championship, which is currently held by Kurt Angle. Remember, he did beat The Rock at the last pay-per-view. I'm sure that will be addressed on next week's episode. We also don't have a number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship either. I'm pretty sure it's looking as though Harlem Heat will be the number one contenders for the Tag Team Championships. And remember, we do have that King of the Ring competition there for you as well. Could be a big night there next week. There's a punch by the Undertaker. Now into the leg drop. Just picking Sting up by the neck here. And he's going to go for a choke slam. He picks Sting up and drops him down hard. That could be all again. Another quick and easy victory for the Undertaker over Sting. 1, 2, 3, and it is. The Undertaker picks up another victory here over Sting. All down to this choke slam here. Huge choke slam. Sting must have been 7 foot off the ground. 1, 2, 3. Sting still struggling to make a real impact here in the WWF. Undertaker showing his dominance. He's dominated the WWF for many years now. And he's showing that new guys are going to have to earn their spot here in the WWF. Taker in control of the lights. Will we see the same scene next week at King of the Ring? And our fourth match of the evening tonight will be Mankind taking on Triple H. Oh, and here's Triple H attacking Mankind on the way to the ring. Triple H getting the early attack on Mankind. Triple H, we've seen in the past, he does not agree that Mankind should be where he is on the card. Trying to prove to everyone that Mankind is a lot higher and thought of a lot higher than what he should be. Triple H did defeat Mankind last week in the main event of Raw is War. But now, after being attacked on the way to the ring, Mankind is now actually taking the upper hand of this match. Gets a quick punch in on Triple H, and now, again, just laying the punches into Triple H. Mankind with a stomp to the elbow. And even after being attacked on his way to the ring, Mankind taking some control here. But Triple H just throwing him straight out the ring over the top. Looks like he's going to try and suplex him back in, which he does. Mankind's back hit the apron there, or hit the mat pretty hard. Triple H rolling over with a knee. And again, just a knee to the face. Another chop to the back of the knee of Mankind. Mankind now just hip tossing Triple H. And now just diving down with a punch to the head. And again, just another punch to the head. And a third one. And now the knee to the arm of Triple H. Mankind just throwing Triple H into the corner. And locks him into that clothesline. He rolls him over, but Triple H is back to his feet. And hits that running DDT. Triple H picks Mankind up, and there's the spine buster. Triple H going straight from the pin from the spine buster 2. Only a 2 count. Mankind kicks out. Oh, but Triple H is going for the pedigree. I don't think Mankind's going to kick out of this. There it is, the pedigree. Triple H pulling Mankind back into the center of the ring. I think Mankind's actually bleeding. 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Mankind kicks out. The resilience of this man. Triple H with a clothesline now on Mankind. And now with a running DDT. How much more can this man take? He's obviously, you see a lot of blood on the apron now. 1, 2, 3, and that's finally it. Triple H again defeating Mankind for the second week here in a row on Raw is War. Although it did take an attack from behind as Mankind was making his entrance to give Triple H the upper hand. It also took this spine buster and a pedigree, and then even more on top to finally keep this man down. Of course, Mankind known for his resilience and his toughness and his durability from his time of deathmatch wrestling in Japan. 1, 2, 3. Triple H now. Oh, before he was going to leave. But no, he's not finished now. Just stomping Mankind. There's no need for this. You've made your point, Hunter. And now here we go into our main event of the evening. It's Brock Lesnar taking on Kevin Nash. And we are underway. Remember, this is actually a rematch from last week's Raw is War, when Brock Lesnar easily defeated Kevin Nash. Well, I think it was with a trio of German suplexes. I think Brock Lesnar just trying to prove a point last week to Goldberg, who wasn't at the arena. But Kevin Nash demanding this rematch to try and gain back some of his reputation. But Brock Lesnar again is just destroying Kevin Nash here from the offset. Remember, Kevin Nash is one half of the tag team champions, along with Scott Hall. But Kevin Nash now getting some offense with that vertical suplex. Nash and Hall will be defending them tag team championships at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Brock Lesnar now with a belly to back suplex. Kevin Nash trying to use some of his strikes to come back into this, but There's Brock Lesnar with a huge clothesline. And Brock now just punches the side of the face of Kevin Nash. Brock bringing Nash back to his feet and now has him up in a gutbuster. Oh, it's a backbreaker. He turned around the last second into the backbreaker. Kevin Nash with a running big boot though. Hopefully that's enough. One. No, only one. Nash hoping he'd done enough impact there to knock Lesnar silly, but not the case. Oh, but that might be Nash just throwing Lesnar over the top of his head and now just punches to the side of the face. Lesnar making his way back to his feet. Now getting the headlock to Kevin Nash. Nash is just stomping on the back of the leg of Lesnar and throwing him face first into the mat. Nash around the back of Lesnar. Just dropping him in the backdrop. And there's that huge knockout punch by Kevin Nash. Could that be all? He pulls Lesnar into the centre of the ring. He's going to go for the pin. One. Only a one count off that huge knockout punch. And there's Lesnar with a knockout punch of his own. Going to go for the pin. One. Again, only a one count. Nash is going for the jackknife. Nash has got Lesnar up and hits the jackknife powerbomb. Nash just hit Lesnar with a jackknife powerbomb. Could this be all here? 1, 2, 3, and it is. Kevin Nash defeats Brock Lesnar in our main event this evening with that jackknife powerbomb. Big victory for Kevin Nash, getting himself back on the right track after being defeated easily by Lesnar last week. Here's the jackknife that finished it all off. Slamming Lesnar down for the 1, 2, 3. As you see, Goldberg not impressed. He is here this evening. Not impressed with the fact that Brock Lesnar was beaten, but Brock inviting Goldberg into the ring. Is Goldberg going to? Doesn't look like he's going to, but ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our WWF Raw is War episode there. We do have the King of the Ring pay-per-view next week, but keep an eye out for that. Please like and subscribe to the video. I've been Shabby Gamer. This has been the Universe Mode. Thank you very much for watching.